you're on city council. I'm sure you have constituents that want to talk to you. What is first of all, the first question is, what do they want to talk to you about? And
Mhm.
what is the best way for them to engage with you? In case anybody watching has that question.
Well, what do they talk to me about? Any and everything. It's interesting because I sit on city council. I also sit on the Bay Area Air Quality Management District Board. So people who talk to me about that do tend to stay in the air quality, climate, public health lane. But even though our city is 68,000 and not, a lot bigger, it's an entity of general jurisdiction, so to speak. So people talk to me about public safety. People talk to me about our airport. People talk to me about our utility rates. People talk to me about housing. People talk to me about the unhoused. You name it. I hear people talk to me about the crack in the sidewalk and the pothole in front of their house. So all of that is our stuff. Um, and, it is a great privilege to hear from residents and what's on their mind. And I learn from them, and I've learned a lot about our city. I found all of these amazing cultural events, which people also ask about because they're constantly coming with ideas about ways to enrich our community and our quality of life. So that's terrific. You find out about the elder statespersons of the city who
Yeah.
got parkland and stuff. So that's wonderful. Um, what's hard is when people start by telling you what what you've done that is wrong, when maybe it hasn't been done, or maybe it hasn't been done by you, or they don't know the why. And I would just encourage people to approach us with an attitude of curiosity in the first instance. It is fine to tell your public officials what we're doing wrong if you don't like something, but try to figure out why we're in this circumstance first. And that way you can open a dialogue. Because if your ultimate goal is to encourage us to take a certain vote or behave a certain way, establishing that communication channel is the best first step. And that usually goes better if you try to understand where someone is and why we're in this circumstance. Um, so, what's the best way? It kind of depends on the issue, but I hold office hours and people can sign up, and that's a good way to come and just show me the what and the why, so I can help me understand what your concern is. Um, a lot of people will come to public forums. Those are great because you get a little common knowledge base, and you can catch me afterwards. City Council has a public email. We read the emails that come to us, and so that's
You really
another.
do?
Unless there are, as sometimes happen, a couple hundred that come in the last 2 hours before the council meeting. That's a little rough to get through.
Okay, well, of course. I mean,
And it happens. But yes, we do read them.
that's great. So one thing I want to circle back to that you said is coming to you with a sense of curiosity to really understand what's going on. I think that is a great approach for everybody in every relationship, trying to understand where the other person is coming from or why the situation is the way it is rather than attack. We've had, seems like over the last few years, a sense of attacking and pouncing rather than stepping back and being open and having a sense of curiosity. I'm so glad you said that because I think that is key to us moving forward and making progress in this country beyond just the local area, really trying to understand each other so we can have that collaborative dialogue and maybe find solutions together we wouldn't have found on our own. So thank you for that. That was great.
Well, you're welcome. And I think it also often boils down to a sense of trust or lack of trust. And curiosity can breed the dialogue that leads to trust. And at some point, to negotiate with someone, you have to trust their word. To to have a confidence in the facts that are before you, you have to trust those facts.
Yeah.
And when that's missing, and we're starting from different facts, it's almost impossible to get to a common policy outcome because you're just looking at the problem through such different lenses. So if we can keep curiosity and trust, we can evaluate and admit when we're wrong, right? Admit when we had a
Yeah.
misunderstanding, admit when we maybe that isn't quite true. And we need to be able to do that. And that creates, that requires political permission to admit you're wrong and then move on to the next thing. And honestly, the irony is sometimes when you admit you're wrong, it breeds more trust. So
100%.
this is
As lawyers, we've done, I mean, that's happened in front of a judge. Sometimes you get things wrong, and when you say, Your Honor, my bad, it works to your advantage oftentimes.
Exactly. So we need more of that these days. We need to build that culture of respect and curiosity and common goals. And there are going to be times we're going to be angry at each other and we want different things, and that's inevitable. But trying our best to disagree without being disagreeable, that's what's going to get us there.
Well, I think that's a great place to end it because we should be agreeable, and we can.
We should do our best, right?
We will do our best, but I really appreciate your time today, Vicki. This was great. I'm sure there will be more things we'll want to come talk to you about, but at least now we got the information out there that we were asked to provide. So
great. Well, I hope this first visit with Vicki was a good one, but
I like that. That's a good name, Visiting with Vicki.
You